it's not being mean to others.
Treating people how you'd expect to be treated, listening to what they've got to say, just kind of thinking about other people before you act. That kind of thing.
What is good behaviour? Yeah, it's when you're good. It's when you're really good and
treating others as you would hope to be treated yourself. It's showing respect, it's showing good manners, it's being a good listener, it's waiting your turn to talk.
And not talking when the teachers
It's respecting society and equipment, for example, not vandalising. It's being kind to others and considerate. Showing lack of respect, lack of manners, bad language, disrespecting property as well as people, without thinking of the impact of what their bad behaviour does.
Generally having no consideration for those around you.
Bad behaviour is when you don't listen to the rules and you get detention and stuff. Bad behaviour is when you get told off.
So over the years I have noticeably been aware that behaviour has deteriorated generally, and the job of teaching has become much, much tougher. I'm glad I'm at the end of my career and not at the beginning now, because of the pressure that disruptive behaviour can cause and the stress it can cause for staff.
Well, I think that I can only go by the school that my children go to, but behaviour seems pretty much the same as when I was at school, so I don't think much has changed over the years.
My teacher usually and my head teacher.
Without any doubt it's the parents and the carers, and so the job of the teacher should be to back up that discipline and the theme of how to behave, good manners, showing respect, being a good listener and listening to others and waiting your turn to speak. All those skills should already be taught at
parents initially, and obviously when they're at school, the teachers have a responsibility to do that too.
Mummy would tell me.
No.
Over the last number of years there has been a deterioration. It is a concern because if students are misbehaving, they're not learning.
I don't think all that much has changed really.
I suppose lead by example. I mean, the House of Commons, for example, where MPs are rude to each other, interrupt each other, talk over each other, is not a good...
Teachers don't have the kind of disciplinary powers that they once had. I mean, I think at one stage they perhaps had too much disciplinary power, but nowadays there's just so much legislation, it's just ridiculous, and if the teachers are slightly more empowered, then perhaps discipline might improve.
When I see a student misbehave, I feel very sad for them. When you're in the classroom situation, it's very irritating, as you can imagine, because it's like playing snooker. You've got all your shots planned and your brain's actively thinking there are so many things to think of within the perfect lesson. Your objectives, your key words, the lesson structure, the three-part lesson, delivering the lesson within the time that you've got. And everything is planned out. With a new member of staff, they would have a lesson plan typed up. With experienced staff, it's all in here. And you know exactly where you're at in that lesson mentally. So if a child is disruptive, then it's interfering with your plan.
I feel like I'm afraid.
Feel anything, to be honest with you. I think misbehaviour has happened for centuries, since they were children, so I don't really think much about it at all. I suppose if it was really disruptive to the other children, to the extent that they weren't learning anything, then it might concern me. But general misbehaviour is absolutely commonplace, and I would worry if there wasn't any.
I don't like the teachers shouting. I don't really know. I mean, I don't feel that good if it was one of my friends, but if it was somebody else who I don't like, I'd be quite happy actually.
Yes, absolutely yes. There are some students who have behaviour that it is such a level that it is extremely disruptive in the classroom. And I feel, along with many others, I'm sure that it's unfair that those students are allowed to disrupt the lives of other students.